the only other thing that was in the news this week was James Gunn absolutely shredding the MCU, talking about how
loved it.
Yeah, I mean, he was brutally honest when he gave this interview with Variety. Yeah, it's just talking about how they were essentially killed with too much content. What does he say here? Yeah, it wasn't fair, it wasn't right, and it killed them, Gunn said of Marvel. We don't have the mandate at DC to have a certain amount of movies and TV shows every year, so we're going to put everything that we think is of the highest quality. Yeah, sure. We're obviously going to do some good things and not so good things, but hopefully on average, everything will be as high quality as possible. Nothing goes before there's a screenplay that I personally am happy with. And he ties it into a larger point here, saying that a lot of movies now are commissioned and basically go all the way into production without having finished scripts. He says, I do believe that the reason why the movie industry is dying is not because of people not wanting to see movies. It's not because of home screens getting so good. Yes, it fucking is, because nobody wants to sit in a crowded cinema with a bunch of sweaty assholes. And the number one reason is because people are making movies without a finished screenplay.
I think that's dead on. Like, I've been complaining about spectacle over story for years. And I finally feel like at least James Gunn is getting it. Maybe some other people are. Spectacle is great and it has its place. But if you don't have story, it doesn't matter. And they're just like soaking up the money from us to give us spectacle, thinking that that's all we want.
Well, I mean, like, money is the operative word here, because like I was booking tickets to go see F1, right? I wanted to see it in IMAX, and I picked a recliner seat because they're really comfortable. That's £22 for one ticket, right? So imagine you want, yeah, and like that's going to be what, like $27, $28 easily, right? So imagine you want to take like a family of four to go see that. That's going to be well north of £100 once you factor in food and snacks and all that stuff.
Right.
Just to see one fucking movie at the cinema. Like, that's unsustainable.
Yeah, so, and honestly, a movie like F1, you do want to see it on IMAX or in a Dolby Digital Cinema to feel the film.
Yeah. It's going to be that kind of movie. It's obviously, you're going to get a lot of rumbling engines and stuff, which is all great, but like, you have to pay a premium for it. And so you get in this position where you think, God damn, like I could sail the high seas and watch this on like a pretty big TV at home. When most people nowadays have a decent sized TV and a decent sized sound setup in their living room. It's not like the 90s anymore where we're all got like 20-inch little portable TVs. It's different now. And so that factors into it as well. But yeah, I mean, I take his point about movies now just getting rushed into production with hundreds of millions of dollars at stake, and they don't even have a finished script.
Is that a particularly Disney problem, though? Because just from my own research over the past couple of years and making videos and everything, it always seems to be Disney that are doing this. Disney are the ones doing the reshoots. Disney are the ones releasing movies that feel like 3 or 4 scripts just smashed together. Captain America, Brave New World was a perfect example. That feels like about 3 or 4 different movies all just smashed together. They're particularly bad for it.
I think he's making 2 separate points here, but they kind of tie into like a wider problem in that, yeah, one, a lot of studios are just like working with unfinished scripts because there's just this mad rush to get like the next thing into production and just get it done. And like we can do focus groups, we can test it, and then we can tweak it later based on the feedback. So it's like a movie designed by committee. And the second point being particularly companies like Marvel, where there's a constant push to produce more content. It's just oversaturation of the market, and we've absolutely seen that with Marvel, where there's like, half a dozen different TV shows and movies per year, and it's more than like normal people can even keep up with. It's more content than they would ever want out of Marvel or any property, really. And if you're never gone, then how can we miss you? That's the problem, like the problem of abundance.
Right.
It's the problems of the abundance of shit as well. Like, I think people's tolerance for abundance would be higher if the things that they were putting out were consistently very good. Didn't Kevin Feige come out quite recently and say, like, obviously it's now feeling way too much like homework, so we're going to go back to only putting out basically the equivalent of an entire phase of Marvel content every year, which is not much of an improvement. At least we've got a way to test this coming up, though, right? Because, Fantastic Four is running against James Gunn's Superman in the next couple of months. So we'll be able to see if he's correct. Is it that the declining quality of superhero media is entirely because Marvel overproduces, or is it something else? And if Superman turns out to be no better or not substantially better than any other film we're used to seeing, kind of suggests there might be something else going on that he's not factoring into his analysis.
It's hard to keep track of every statement James Gunn makes related to Superman. So I was going to say, I don't know if you guys saw, but he said that one shot that came out earlier-ish where Superman's like flying, he said, "Oh yeah, that one got by me. That's not going to be in the movie because that was one that needs work." It was just like, oh, okay. He makes some really strange choices with what he'll admit. Like, was it him or someone else that had recently said like they can't get Batman to work yet? Like they're struggling to make him work. It's just like, why would you announce that? First of all, we knew, but secondly, it's just like it just doesn't seem like a wise thing to assure your customers, right? Like, the one of the three most iconic characters of this whole franchise ain't got him working yet, and most likely.
How can you not make Batman work? Like, it's not fucking rocket science.
Well,
like,
the big theory is just the combat between him and Matt Reeves for control over a particular storyline, a continuity, right? Because Brave and the Bold is looking like it's getting scuttled away, just possibly permanently, which was never a good idea in the first place, right? Starting with Damian Wayne and all that, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm baffled to hear, though, that an entire shot in a major trailer announcing your biggest film that's coming up got by him.
Yeah,
how does that even happen?
So the key, I would say, and I felt this has been pretty reliable at this point, James Gunn lies a lot.
Oh yeah.
You gotta keep that in mind whenever you hear a statement from him. Just imagine the opposite and then see if that fits better with reality. You'd be like, oh yeah, he probably approved that shot, and then saw everyone's reaction was like, oh no, I didn't approve that.
It doesn't. Like, I've been involved in the production of a couple of trailers. It is impossible for a shot in a trailer to get by you if you're creating the trailer. It just doesn't happen.
What, mate,
someone has to make it. You have
if it were my Superman movie, I'd be fucking staring at every frame of the trailer going out. The marketing is so important. But
it's
I mean, like, July is going to be this weird month wacky where time. I honestly don't know if people are rooting for these movies to fail or if they desperately want them to succeed, but
what are you talking about, Drinker? Everybody wants the new Jurassic World movie to succeed. Everybody.
That is true. That's almost like...
I think everyone wants every movie to succeed. I think we love movies. That's why we're here. We want these movies to
I know, but holy fuck, movies today make it really difficult to love them. It's like an abusive spouse that just keeps getting drunk and beating the shit out of you, and then afterwards they're like, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm going to change my ways, and they never do. But we keep taking them back anyway. Like, this is the thing with Jurassic World as well. I fully believe that is going to come out on top and kick the ass out of the other two. But it's like Alien versus Predator. Like whoever wins, we kind of lose ultimately, because what are you going to get? You're going to get another 2 movies of Jurassic World slop. If this one is a massive success, so like, are we really winning out of any of that?
I think that what you're saying is striking a chord with me in that all the movies we're talking about are franchises, sequels, prequels, add-ons, spin-offs, world stories that already exist. Where's all the new original content? That's what people will go to the theaters to see. And whenever we see people talking about great new films, they're always, well, not always, but largely these new films that are taking a chance and doing something new. We are so tired of the remakes. We're so tired of the live action reboots. We're so tired of reimagining superheroes one more time in an all new way, in an all new space with the same old story. They've got to do something different if they want to save their industry.
I'll at least give guys like Ryan Coogler credit for Sinners. Like, that was an original story. Okay, it was a little bit similar to Dusk Till Dawn, but we'll overlook that. But it's like an original property, and that was successful. So great. Okay, give us more films like that. And I get the impression it wasn't done on a massive budget either, so it can be done economically.
Right.
Take more risks on things like that, and that could be your path to success. But these bloated superhero films, like, fuck, man. Probably Superman and Fantastic Four easily cost 250, 300 million each. They're not going to make that back. Superman might, but like Fantastic Four isn't gonna.
Fantastic Four is pretty much a guaranteed bomb at this stage. I think it has nothing going for it. I was thinking about this because it's going up against Superman and Jurassic. Is it going up against Jurassic World? But it's got some big competition. The trailers look shit. Everyone thinks that everybody's been miscast. The Silver Surfer's become a meme. There's no buzz for it. Marvel has massive brand damage, and the two movies they released this year so far are both shite. So it has absolutely nothing going for it. I can't think of a single reason why it would succeed.